Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Mashabi. Me and my teammates Imran and Abdullah from Green team will present to you a small presentation about the requirement and scope and WBS, which is work breakdown structure. First, with our agenda, we will talk about the collecting the requirements. Then we will go to requirement traceability matrix, and we will show what it is. Then we will give I will show what's the difference between project charter and scope statement, project scope statement. And then we will show you what is our project scope statement, and then finally the work breakdown structure. So let's go with the collecting requirements with my teammate Abdullah.
Thank you, Anas. I am Abdullah. I'm going to talk about the collect requirement. First of all, what's collect requirement? Collect requirement is the process of define and documents stakeholders needs to meet the project objective. Here, three things: input and tools and technique and output. First, input. Input, we have a project character and project management plan, which includes scope management plan and requirement management plan and stakeholder engagement plan. Three, project document, which include assuming log, lesson to learn register, and stakeholder register. Four, business document or business case. Five, agreement. Six, enterprise environmental factors. Seven, organization process assist. In input, the two of them is very important. And tools and technique. Tools and technique, we have expert judgment and data gathering, which include brainstorming, interviews, focus group, questionnaire and survey, benchmarking. Three, data analysis or document analysis. Four, discuss making, which there's two types of discussing: voting and multi-layer discussion analyze. Five, data representation. Decision analyze.
Yes.
Five, data representation, which include affinity diagram and mind mapping. Six, interpersonal and team skills, nominal group technique, observer conversation, and facilitation. What is this?
Facilitation.
Facilitation. Number seven, contest diagram. And number eight, prototypes. And about the output is requirement documentation and requirement traceability matrix. Okay, next. Here is example of tools and technique with this normal group technique. We have first introduce and explain. You should introduce and explain your idea with your member, with your friends, or with your group. And also, number two, let member generate ideas silently. Group will write his idea and think in silent. Also, share ideas. We will share idea with each other in the group. Also here, discuss each idea as a group. We will not judgment. There will be no judgment pass, and also will be no idea eliminated. And vote and rank ideas. When we discuss as a group, we will vote and rank the ideas from the best to the last. Requirement traceability matrix. which will be, here's our project. You can see the project name and cost center and project distribution. And here in the first, the number of idea, here is the source or stakeholder, and also requirement distribution,
Requirement description.
description,
Yeah.
um, and business needs, opportunity, goals, or objective. This is external, and the objective, project objective is internal, and WBS deliverables will, my friend Anas will talk about it, and product design and product development and test case if it's done or not. Here in the first, we can see the source is College of Engineer, and the requirement is the presenter RKU student, and the business need is increasing the number of courses offered on the name of university, and the student gain additional experience on refine their skills. And the project objective, delivering information to the student about the reality of university life. And the product design is search for a good student speaker. And product development is search for a high achievement student. And test case is check the presenter grades. And is it done? We will do it, inshallah. And second, also the source is College of Engineer, and the requirement is increased student awareness, and the business need is more students will be registered to the university, and the project objective will be the student knowing about the requirement of the university, and about the design is provide the course. Projected development is choosing attractive and important topic for the student. Next, here the source is Al-Gars Al-Mubarak office. The requirement is letter from university, and the business need is make relationship with the university. The project objective is ensure that the course is formal. The product design will be contact with the college vice dean to write a letter, and the test is check the wording and provide the required sales. Also, Algar's office, the requirement is financial benefits. The business need is the society knowing about Algar's office. The project objective is ensure the service provide. The product design is charging students subscription fees, and product is looking for a sponsor, and the test will be there is
receipt.
There is a receipt when a student pay the fees. The source here is the manager. The requirement is university approval. The project objective is ensure that the course is formal, and the design is contact with the college vice dean and to write a letter, and the test is check the wording and provide the required sales. The source here is presenter and student. The requirement is prepare a hall for the course. The objective is rent a hall good enough for the student. The design is rent a hall good enough for the student. A product development is the hall is provided with the advanced equipment, and the test is verify the hall lace Agreement. Next. The source will be presenter here, number 5, and the requirement is to prepare a content. Project objective is to be ensured that the student get the information easily. The design is prepare the topic of the course. Product development is choosing attractive and important topic for the student. And the test case is verification by someone expert in the engineering. Here the student will be the stakeholder or the source. The project objective will be ensure that the course is formal.
The requirement
And that
here
is
is the certificates, but maybe something happened when we transfer when we did the presentation. So keep going, Abdullah.
okay. The project design is containing a name of the student and formulating a certificate sentence. A test case is check the wording and provide the requirement sales. Number 7, source will be solution or product requirement. And the requirement is advertisement preparation. Project objective with share the course to largest number of students, and the design will be write advertisement and share it between the student. Product development is make the advertisement attractive by announcing the topic and publishing it on social media. This case is check the drafting and provide a designer. Number 8. Number 7 also will be also the solution requirement. The requirement is provide a hospitality, and the objective is energy for a student during the session, and the design is counting the name of the student and provide a good hospitality to them. And here choose a high quality level of a good for hospitality. And in the test, ensure the quality of the hospitality. Also here, solution requirement. We can see for the objective to be ensure that the student get the information easily, and the design prepare the topic of the course and prepare our curriculum and print it. Okay. Product development is print by a high quality paper. And in the test, check the drafting and provide a designer. Last, also solution requirement. The requirement is prepare experimental tools. The objective is doing the experiments, and the design is rent and borrow the tools of experiment. Product development is bring advanced tools, and in the test ensure that the equipment is available in the sufficient number. Sufficient number.
Yes.
Now with my friend Umran. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. In the next few slides, you will see a brief information and details about project charter and project scope statement. After that, we are going to apply our project scope on these topics that I'm going to view now. Starting with the project charter, as we all know, the project charter is where we document why a project is being undertaken. It is an essential project document because it is where we agree with the stakeholders and the clients about what we are going to deliver. essentially, the charter contains an overview of the project scope, and the project scope statement breaks it down into more details. Also, the project charter must be created during the initial process because it is considered as a reference for the other phases in the project. It also shows a high-level planning information about the project, such as the scope, the deliverables, the assumptions, the budget of the project, and the milestones. The specific information about all of these activities will be described in another phases during the project. Next slide. The project scope statement, it takes the scope from the charter and expand it. It is a useful tool to outline the project's deliverables and identify the constraints, boundaries, the assumptions, and key success of the project. The project team and the stakeholders need to agree to the scope statement before project execution. The scope, so the scope should be clear and conscious. Project scope statement helps stakeholders to determine whether the project is complete or not. The scope documents are considered as a living document, not like the project charter, which is mean any new information discovered during the process of the project should be a factor to change the project scope statement again. So it is not stop operation. It needs to be modified continually. Next slide. As you can see in this comparison, the components of the project charter are parts of everything we need in the entire project. While the scope statement focuses on the goal and its details, boundaries, and its deliverables. Project charter consists of project staff and stakeholders. You need to identify who the worker in this project and who the stakeholders for this project. High-level requirements, it is the most important things that we need to implement this project. Basic project milestones, it is just to identify the task that if it's achieved, we can consider a phase finished from the project. High-level risks and budget and success criteria, all these the main things that will be in the project charter. On the other side, the scope statement has the scope description. Here we are going to talk about the scope in more details to make it clear to all the workers and stakeholders in this project. Here we are going to identify the deliverables that will be submitted to the stakeholders by end of the project. The exception criteria that the stakeholders will need, project boundaries and project considerations and the assumptions, all these considered and detailed in the project scope statement. Next slide. the need of the project scope statement depends on the type of your project. So if you have a small project, sometimes it doesn't really necessary to make a scope statement because you can clearly define the scope in the project charter. But for large and huge projects, it is a necessary things you need to do before implementing the project. We needed to be able to achieve the expectations of the clients and stakeholders. It helps everyone to stay on the same page or the same track during the project. So again, it is, as we said, a living document. So it keeps changing as long the project moving. Finally, it forms the basis of every decision that the project manager will make on the job and when it needs to change. We are going to use these informations, use these topics from the scope statement on our project, and my teammate Anas will describe it to you after this stop.
Thank you, Amran. And now we will show you our project scope statement. So first, going with the project scope description, and it is also called inner scope. The description for our description scope or scope description is for our project is an introductory course about the College of Engineering or Facility of Engineering, and especially for our major, the mechanical engineering, and give this course to high school students. So this is the project description. The inner scope for our project, we have 5 main inner scopes. First, delivering the information, the right information to the students about the Faculty of Engineering, about what is real life, what is the university life is like. Second, make the students know about the requirements of the university when they register for the university. Third one, we need to rent a hall that is good enough to for our course. And the fourth one is make sure that the students get the right information as easily as possible. And the last one is sharing this course and announce it to large number of students, to high school students. So this is our inner scope that we need to do. The project acceptance criteria is the things that we see at the end of our project. If we did it right, that means we succeed. And the first criteria is the high student turnout for the course, and we mean by that many students register for our course and come to take our course. This is first one. The second one, we will assign the test after the course to make sure that the students get the right information, and according to the results, we know that if we deliver the right information to the students or not. The third one is we will deliver. Give me a moment, please. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. The third one is we will develop a questionnaire by the end of the project, and to make sure that we succeed at the end of our course. So these are the three acceptance criteria we have. Then we'll go to the deliverables. There are two main things in the deliverables: the direct output, which we will deliver to the students, the additional outcomes that we will have by the end of the course, or by the end of the project. So the direct output, we have four main deliverables, which is announcing the course. Second, presenting the introductory session about the university and preparatory year. The third one is presenting introductory session about the College of Engineering and the mechanical engineering major. And the final deliverable is the practical session that we will do in the final day. So these are the four main direct outputs. We have additional outcomes that we will have in our hands by the end of the project, like the test results and the questionnaires answer. Going to the outscope, the project exclusion. We have 5 main things. It's increasing the number of courses offered by the name of the university, and this is the university scope. Also, our presenters will be KU students, and they will gain more experience and skills after doing the course. And by the end of the course, we hope that more students will register to the university. Also, the Al-Ghars Al-Mubarak office, we will make a relationship with the university. That's a scope for Al-Ghars Al-Mubarak. And finally, and hoping that the society know more about Al-Ghars office. Okay, so now we will go to work breakdown structure for our project, and for that we will use a WBS Schedule Pro to help us to do the WBS. So this is a WBS Schedule Pro software where we will be using to do our work breakdown structure. So to start, we will first assign a task. So from tab Home, Insert, we will click, and then he will give us a new task. And to assign a subtask, we can from Insert, we click on subtask, so he will assign a new subtask. And if we want another main or major task, we can go before or after the task. Okay, so we have the main task, or the main thing is our project, or the final product, or final service that we have. And then we have major tasks. So we'll do after. Okay, we have about 7 major tasks. That's after 4, 5, and 7. Okay, and from new task, so our first a task is approvals, and which okay, here you can assign the duration of this task, and how it will cost, how much it will cost, when it start, when it finish, and you can customize. Okay, approvals. So we have three main approvals that we need before doing our project. So first, approval from the university or the College of Engineering. This is the first approval. The second one is from Al-Ghars al-Mubarak. Mubarak office. And the third one is from the presenters. So these are the four main approvals that we need to have at the beginning of our project. And before going to the next task, here at this tab, we can view the WBS or work breakdown structure in many ways. So this is the chart view where he puts all the tasks vertically, and the planning view, which is easiest one to work with. And we can say the hours and costs, and here we can assign easily the hours for each task and the cost for each task. And here's network chart, Gantt chart, as in project Microsoft project, and sheet view. And this here we show how the WPS will look. So okay, the next thing that's or the next task is the curriculum. So yeah. And here we have three main subtasks. We have 1, 2, 3. The first one is preparing or prepare the content. Okay. The second one is preparing or prepare the presentation. The presentations. Okay. Okay, then the last one is course skills, and here we have two more subtasks, which is design it, also print it out. Okay. And the third major task we have is the audience. We have the audience. And in the audience, we have two subtasks. First, announcing for the announcement of the course. And in the announcement, we have two subtasks, which is designing the ad. Also a distributed course. Right. Go to the right a little bit. Okay. Here we have counting the number of audience. Then we have the place, and in the place we need also two subtasks, which is whole reservation and whole preparation. Right. Then we have the experiments. We have in the experiments where we will do the experiments. And we have here in general two subtasks, yes. The first one is determining the type of the experiment that we will do with the students. So then we need to prepare the tools or equip the tools that we will use in our experiments. So it is preparing. The tool. All right, so we have the two final major tasks, which is service, which is our hospitality to the students and to the presenters. So we have two subtasks. Have specify okay, what is the type? What is the type of the hospitality that we will give to the students, and what we will give to them. And also, after specifying the types, we will purchase the goods. And finally, the final major task is certificates. And in the certificates, we have also 2 subtasks, which is design it and print it out. Okay, so this is our final work breakdown structure for our project, and you can see that is so long vertically. So we will choose the chart view to make it easier. It's not that much easier, and you can see here we can collapse the task or the subtasks for each one. And if you want it to expand it, you can use here, or you can use this icon, expand each one. From format here, we can format how it will look like. So first, expand all. For example, if you want it vertically or all listed out like this, or work breakdown structure, or any type of how you want it to look like. And from WBS code, we can code each task or each subtask with a number. So here our project will have task number 1, and each one will have a number 1.1, and each subtask will have a numbers also like this. So this is our final work WPS. Hope you enjoy our presentation and our work, and thank you for listening.